Hey everybody, this is Marianne Clyde, and today Dr. Ethel speaks. What do I mean by that? Well, you better be ready to listen because I've got Ethel Bethel with me today, who is a wealth of knowledge, who lives to tell you that it's never too late. You're never too old, and your dream is never too big. So, welcome, Dr. Ethel. I'm so excited to chat with you today.
Thank you, Marianne. It's my pleasure to be with you today. Thanks for the invitation to be your guest.
Well, the reason I invited you to be my guest is because you've got such a strong message. And as a public speaker and an author and a coach and a consultant, you have lots of venues that you can share your wisdom. And I just wanted to have a little bit of that wisdom on my YouTube channel. So thank you for agreeing to that because you have quite a story, don't you?
I do,
Can you
and
tell
I
us
am
about it?
wanting to share it with everyone. Well, first of all, I'm a mother of three, grandmother of three, and great grandmother of three.
Wow.
And it's such a blessing to have these wonderful people in my life. They love me, I love them, and we get together on a regular basis and have a great time together. That's number one, because family is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, my journey has been mostly an enjoyable one. I've had great jobs in my early life, have enjoyed working in higher education and with nonprofit organizations, have had good friendships and good environments. But for the last 6 years, my journey has been a blur. And why
What
do I
happened?
say that? Because I was pushed out of a job that I loved and that I thought I would be in for the rest of my life. I would not like to say where that job was, but from that time until the end of 2019, I was just floundering around doing
Mm.
first one thing and then the other. And then at the end of 2019, I decided, let me reframe my consulting business. And of course, I wrote down all the goals, all the things that I would like to do starting in January, February. And then guess what happened?
Tell me.
COVID hit.
Of course it did.
Oh, so much for meeting with church leaders and others to restart my consulting business. So then, what did I have to do? I had to pivot to something that would reach the virtual community. So that's what I began doing. So my journey took me from jobs that I loved in my early life to a job that I loved in my later life that I was forced out of. And so here I am now, public speaker and wanting to get my story out.
Oh, and I'm so glad you are because as you're starting, tell us a little bit about the business that you're reinventing.
Well, the business that I am in now is called Dr. Ethel Speaks.
Well,
I
that's right on
organized,
target.
I organized this business. Um, Actually, it's an LLC, uh, Ethel Canty Bethel Initiatives LLC, and I'm doing business as Dr. Ethel Speaks.
Okay.
And that business is a motivational speaking company that inspires and encourages individuals within organizations and individuals themselves to be their best selves. Why did I choose this?
Yeah.
Because I want to share with others, older people and younger people, that you must pay attention to your future. Like it or not, your future is now.
Right.
And so that you have to begin preparing for that. Uh, One of the things I did do was to rebrand myself so that I can increase my income because it is not quite enough And I want to bring others along with me on my journey to wealth and wisdom. So that's what my new business does. And and I chose it because, we are a society that has too many people living in poverty. 4.7% of all older members 65 and over are living in poverty. Why is that in a country like ours?
Right.
If adults are healthy and can still work, they still have value to give to our society. So that's what I want to get out. You have value. You can give to others. You can share whatever it is your head has in it. Lots of knowledge, lots of experience. And that's why I chose it.
Well, I think you're so motivated to share your belief that everybody is created to make an impact in the world, that you're never too old to make an impact in the world, and that only you can make the impact that you can make. And only I can make the impact that I can make, and the person walking down the street, only they can make the impact they can make, and we're created to do that. And I think a lot of people take on this sort of pseudo humility that says, well, I'm not worthy, or I don't want to oversell myself, or I don't want to
Exactly.
seem too big for my britches, or whatever it is.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yet, and that I think you believe that that's their calling. If you've got a gift, you need to be sharing that.
Well, we are all created with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
There is a purpose to our lives. And if you don't believe you have a purpose, then why are you living?
Mm-hmm.
We are to live in purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't know what our purpose is, who is it? John Maxwell encourages us to think. He says that there are not enough people thinking today, taking time to think. So I implore all who listen to me to take time to think. What is my purpose? What do I enjoy doing? Why was I created? And I know that once we sit and think about it, the answer comes, just as it did to me. I am a speaker. I love motivating people. I love writing. So I'm writing 2 books at this time. Mm-hmm. So what my purpose is to get the word out. What is your purpose? That's the question.
And I think it's so important too that you talk about meditating and spending time in quiet so that you can hear the answers to those questions you're asking. And I think that you're also, from talking to you, I know that you believe that it doesn't matter if your strength is gardening or money making or writing or painting or business. It doesn't really matter. It's uniquely yours, and it uniquely impacts the world in a special way that only each person can do.
That's very true. And you said earlier that there are some preconceived notions that we have that, oh, I may be too old, or nobody wants to hire me. Well, if nobody wants to hire you, you can hire yourself.
Hire yourself. That's right. That's right.
And the thing is, you can hire yourself to do the thing that you know you are good at. One other note here, though, there are new things to learn every day. And adults, young and old, are learning new things to do. So what about exploring something new, becoming expert at it, and then sharing it with the world? We can do that. I know we can. And the first thing in that process is to keep ourselves healthy. Mm. We cannot pour into others if we are not healthy. So the first thing is go to your doctor, get a physical, figure out If you are healthy, and if you're not healthy, do whatever it takes to get that way. Then start your own business, be your own boss, have whatever you want, make as much money as you want, have as much happiness as you want, because that really is here for us. There is enough in this world for everyone.
Well, and I know that you're a big proponent of exercise for physical exercise as well as mental exercise, and you have some blogs on your website that people can read and catch up with some of these genius thoughts of yours. It's just they're very straightforward things that people can do to make their lives better, and so your message is so clear and so. It's so basic for people to get busy and do what they have to do. I do think we are in an entrepreneurial age. And I think there's a lot of people that, like you said, nobody's hiring me. Well, I think hiring yourself is really good advice, because you can do your own schedule that way, and you can do things your way, which is my business, is coaching people to do business your way. And I love how you have done that. So when you speak, I think there's a way to sign up on your website, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Just go to www.drethelspeaks.com. That's short for Dr. Ethel Speaks.com. And if you'd like to send me an email, you can send it to hello@drethelspeaks.com. Because I am delighted to talk with anyone, to email you, to respond to you, and whichever way you want me to. And you can sign up to have me come speak to your organization on my website. By the way, Marianne,
Yeah.
I am also about to put up another blog entitled, "Are You Taking Care of You?"
So important.
It is so very important, because, we think that we are in good shape, but we must take care of ourselves, especially busy people like you and me and others. We must stop. And even if it means taking a mini vacation to Paris on the internet, I mean, just
There you
stopping
go. Yeah.
and making sure that we feed not only our minds, but our souls as well.
Such an important point. And also, can't we sign up on your website you have a newsletter or regular emails that you send out as well? And
Yes,
it's easy to find on your website.
it is. Yes,
Okay.
sign up. Just put in your name and the information that you want, that I ask for, and you will begin getting those newsletters.
That's perfect. Is there anything before we close up about your message that we haven't gotten to that you want to share with our audience?
Well, just one last thing. One, it is so important to set goals. Setting your goals, writing them down, looking at them every day, and making sure you're doing something every day to reach them. Those are important things for us to do. Whatever your age, wherever you work, you want to be the top salesman in your company, then write down that money goal. Write it down. Be specific with it, and
Right.
say when you're going to do it. And it will happen. I know. I have set goals for myself. And I have come from being homeless to being homeowner in a period of 7 months. If I can do that, you can do that with anything, for happiness, for more money, for more freedom. You can do whatever it is you want to do if you set your mind and your hands to it.
You can't keep a good woman down like you. There you go. And so I love your story of victory, and I love your story of hope and encouragement and motivation. So I want to remember to tell the audience again, it is drethelspeaks.com, and you can sign up for her newsletter, her emails, and request information on speaking for your particular organization. She can get your team really hyped up and ready to go. Thank you so much, Dr. Ethel. Really, really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you, Marianne. It has been my pleasure. Thank you so much. And all the best to you in your business as well.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ethel.